Hi there folks, Matt Eddleman, Tax Director here at Frost Law, here to talk to you about the Employee Retention Credit. Specifically, here to tell you about all three ways that a business can be eligible for the ERC. The first is pretty well known. Did the business show a sharp decline in gross revenue? The sharp decline in gross revenue is defined by the IRS as having shown during any calendar quarter of 2020 at least a 50% decline in gross receipts when compared with the same calendar quarter of 2019. That threshold is easier to meet for 2021. A business merely has to show a 20% decline in gross revenue in any calendar quarter of 2021 when compared with the same calendar quarter again of 2019. This avenue to eligibility is available for the first quarter of 2020 through the end of the third quarter of 2021. There's also a special corner of the Employee Retention Credit Code available to businesses that started during the pandemic. These businesses are defined by the IRS as what's called a recovery startup business. A recovery startup business began operations after February 15th of 2020, and it also shows annualized gross receipts of less than $1 million. A recovery startup business that meets both of these two tests is automatically eligible for the Employee Retention Credit during the third and fourth quarters of 2021 for a credit of up to $50,000 for each of those quarters. The third avenue to eligibility is what we specialize here in Frost Law and is not very widely known. A business that was subject to government restrictions that impacted its operations during the pandemic is potentially eligible for the Employee Retention Credit for the duration that those restrictions impacted its operations. Speak to the licensed tax professionals at Frost Law to determine if your business might fall into this third category of eligibility for having had their operations fully or partially suspended due to a government order during the pandemic.